If Resident Evil 7 or Outlast ever made you turn off the game in the middle of the night, get ready. The new wave of horror is coming strong, pushing the boundaries of realism, disturbing ideas, and atmospheres that stick to your skin. Forget the comfort of knowing what's ahead. These games don't follow the rules. They made to discomfort, surprise, and leave that eerie feeling even after the screen goes dark. These are the new ultra-realistic horror games arriving in 2025 and beyond. I'm Jax, and if you're new here, welcome to the Play Hunters channel. If you can, please subscribe to help me grow. I'd be really happy from one gamer to another. Scheduled for 2026 on PC, Animal Use Protocol is a first-person survival horror developed by the South African studio The Brotherhood, known for stasis and beautiful desolation. In the game, you control Pen, a hyper-intelligent chimpanzee, who, alongside his rat companion Trip, tries to escape a dystopian research station called Anchorage Station. Armed with a gravity manipulation tool, Pen must explore oppressive environments, solve puzzles, and avoid a chimera resulting from failed experiments. The game promises an intense narrative, detailed environments created with Unreal Engine 5, and gameplay focused on stealth and resource management. Set for a 2025 release on PC, Deathground is a first-person survival horror that pits you against advanced AI dinosaurs. Developed by Jaw Drop Games, the title offers solo and cooperative modes for up to 4 players, where stealth and teamwork are crucial to completing objectives and escaping alive. The procedurally generated environments ensure unique sessions with every playthrough. Inspired by titles like Alien Isolation and Dino Crisis, Deathground promises an intense blend of suspense and survival. Released on April 17, 2025, for PC, Chasmal is a first-person survival horror with a body cam perspective, set in a science fiction underwater facility. The game offers both single-player and cooperative modes for 2 players, with limited resources, mutant creatures, and random events that affect gameplay. Your decisions directly influence the storyline, with realistic graphics made in Unreal Engine 5 and a constant, tense atmosphere. Launching on April 9, 2025, for PC, Into the Dead Our Darkest Days is a side-scrolling survival game set in 1980s Texas during a zombie outbreak. You lead a group of survivors, managing shelters, resources, and tough moral choices. The game blends tense exploration, brutal combat, and an emotional narrative, where each choice can mean life or death. With frequent updates planned, the game promises to evolve continuously during early access. Cthulhu: The Cosmic Abyss is a first-person psychological thriller set in the near future, where the disappearance of miners leads to the discovery of cosmic horrors. The investigation takes place in a submerged city inspired by the Lovecraft universe, with challenges that test sanity and perception. Featuring complex puzzles, branching narrative, and detailed visuals, the game aims to delve deep into existential terror.
Processing environmental data. Memory patterns are realigning. Stabilize your breathing rate. Focus on my voice. Vital signs critical. Stay with me, Noah. Noah, the knowledge, it's beautiful. Good evening, Noah. Having trouble sleeping again?
The Mound, Omen of Cthulhu is a cooperative first-person horror game inspired by the works of Lovecraft. Up to 4 players form a team of explorers searching for treasure in a cursed jungle, facing supernatural creatures that distort reality and threaten the group's sanity. Survival depends on effective communication and quick decisions, as hallucinations can lead to fatal mistakes. With an oppressive atmosphere and psychological challenges, the game promises an intense cosmic horror experience.
Over there. I'm behind you.
Why did you shoot? Why did you shoot him? Christ, what's in the Lord's name? There's another one.
Yeah, I got this. I need help.
Where are you?
Coming.
He's here.
Whoa, what is this thing?
Oh, no.
I scared me.
I'm sure they're about to attack.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God, what's this?
What the hell? Yeah, crazy.
Coming to help.
I need backup too.
Guys, I'm lost. Where are you? Oh, not again. You can't hear it.
Why did you do that?
Sorry.
Industria 2 is a narrative FPS set in an alternate reality dominated by a ruthless AI. As Nora, you explore industrial ruins while facing hostile machines in a fragmented, threatening world. Focused on immersion, realistic physics, and a dense atmosphere, the game promises an intense journey of technological horror and survival.
Oh, shit. Nora! Over here!
Grab my hand. Thanks. Marlene, I need to find a way home.
I'm just as stranded as you.
God damn it.
But there is a sender at headquarters. I can show you the way if you help me arrive there in one piece.
Deal.
Nora, what was Atlas made for in the first place? Before it became this?
It was a sorting algorithm meant to scrape the universe base layer for data. I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dimensions.
I guess it didn't stay that way.
Broken Lore, Don't Watch is a first-person psychological horror set in a claustrophobic apartment in a suffocating city. The protagonist lives in isolation, but something sinister begins to watch every move, slowly and disturbingly distorting reality. Focusing on growing discomfort and an oppressive atmosphere, the game avoids cheap jump scares, opting for a more psychological and sensory type of horror. Total Chaos is a first-person survival horror set on the abandoned island of Fort Oasis, once a prosperous mining colony. Guided by a mysterious voice on the radio, you explore decaying ruins, facing grotesque creatures and reality distortions. With scarce resources, improvising weapons, and managing inventory carefully is necessary for survival. The game offers 9 intense chapters, with an oppressive atmosphere, fragmented narrative, and an optional VR version for deeper immersion. Dark Mass is a first-person psychological horror set in a submerged mansion, where the silence of the deep hides forgotten horrors. You play as an explorer who, while investigating shipwreck debris, discovers an intact mansion at the bottom of the ocean, inhabited by a sinister presence. With puzzles inspired by historical rituals, moral choices that affect the outcome, and an oppressive atmosphere, the game promises a unique underwater horror experience.
Hey, drop me a crowbar. I'm gonna try to get in. I'm hooking up the camera now. Let me know if you're getting the feed.
Behind you! There's something behind you!
I've never seen anything like this before. What was that? I think I'm not alone down here.
I Hate This Place is an isometric survival horror set in an unpredictable open world inspired by 80s comics. You control Elena, who awakens an evil force and must survive in a world where reality constantly distorts. Between vibrant visuals and grotesque situations, the game boldly mixes retro aesthetics with constant tension. Cronos: The New Dawn is a third-person survival horror that blends Eastern European brutalism with retro-futuristic technology. You play as a traveler, exploring a world devastated by a cataclysmic event known as the Shift, facing abominations that challenge your sanity. With dismemberment mechanics, time travel, and strategic combat, the game promises an intense and challenging experience.
Stay focused. Stay cautious.
Is our calling.
Silent Hill F is the next chapter in the iconic horror franchise, set in 1960s Japan in a rural town shrouded by mysterious fog and infested with grotesque horrors. The game combines elements of psychological horror and body horror, with complex puzzles and tense combat, challenging the player's sanity with every step. Featuring a unique setting and oppressive atmosphere, it promises to renew the series with an unprecedented and disturbing approach.
私はね、あんたをすぐに殺すこともできたんだよ。全部奪ったな。全部私から奪ったな。
それではお別れを。あなたが幸せをつかんでくれることを願っています。
Will Follow the Light is a first-person adventure game that puts you in the shoes of a solitary lighthouse keeper, facing harsh conditions in the far north. After receiving an alarming radio message, you embark on a journey through treacherous seas and frozen landscapes, searching for your missing son. With realistic navigation and sledding mechanics, along with challenging puzzles, the game promises a deep narrative about family bonds and self-discovery. Phase Zero is a third-person survival horror that pays homage to 90s classics, set in the port city of Flint Peak in 1994. With fixed cameras, pre-rendered environments, and an oppressive atmosphere, you alternate between two protagonists trying to survive a mysterious infection that turns citizens into grotesque creatures. The retro aesthetic and chapter-based narrative promise a nostalgic and terrifying experience for fans of the genre. Pioner is an open-world FPS set on a Soviet island isolated after a mysterious collapse, where survival and exploration set the pace. The world is vast, unpredictable, and filled with biological threats, anomalies, dangerous zones, and rival factions fighting for territory. With intense gunfights, faction missions, and hidden areas, the game promises constant tension in a hostile and decaying environment.
As the great raven be sold.
We have wanted it to end this way. We offer our sincere condolences and hope you will die with that understanding.
I don't want to spoil it for you. All you need to know is that we're going to have an incredibly fun time together.
Was a mistake, and will continue to monitor you and your progress. Your actions are rapidly changing the course of events, and the general vector of changes is close to our worldview.
But here everything is strange. Our informant is weird. Our enemies are weird. The same goes for you too.
Reanimal is a third-person cooperative horror game where you play as two siblings searching for their missing friends on an island twisted by indescribable horrors. The journey combines land and water exploration, environmental puzzle solving, and confrontations with grotesque creatures that reflect the protagonist's traumas. With a shared camera that intensifies claustrophobia and a fragmented narrative revealed through the environment, the game promises an immersive and disturbing experience.
You were dead.
The Sinking City 2 is a third-person survival horror set in Arkham in the 1930s, devastated by a supernatural flood. Focused on combat, exploration, and resource management, the game offers an oppressive atmosphere and creatures inspired by Lovecraft's cosmic horrors. The independent narrative from the previous title promises an intense journey through flooded alleys and decaying mansions, challenging sanity with every step. The Fading of Nicole Wilson is a first-person narrative horror game that mixes folklore horror with supernatural investigation. You play as Britt, a teenager who takes a ghost-hunting job at an abandoned hotel, only to find herself alone when her boss is hospitalized. Armed with a camera and paranormal equipment, Britt explores dark corridors, uncovering disturbing secrets that go beyond the supernatural. With immersive binaural audio, challenging puzzles, and an emotional narrative, the game promises an intense journey into hidden mysteries and dark truths.
Pretty dark in here. Let's see if we can fix that.
Can you see any footprints around?
Do ghosts leave footprints?
No, but you need to be careful of more than just ghosts.
Emily, this place is cursed. I can't stay here one more minute.
What is it?
Come on! There's a case that makes you, and a case that breaks you. This one did both.
Directive 8020 is a narrative survival horror that takes you aboard the Cassiopeia spaceship on a mission to colonize the planet Tau Ceti F. After an accident, the crew wakes up amidst chaos, facing an alien entity capable of imitating anyone. With decisions that directly impact the character's fate, the game blends constant tension with an engaging cinematic narrative. So, tell me, which of these games would you have the courage to play? Did any of them catch your attention? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you can, please subscribe to the channel to help me grow and never be unsure about what to play again. I've left the gameplay of a new zombie game on the card. It's set in medieval times and is a mix of Resident Evil and Days Gone. It's insane. Just click on the card to watch. A big hug, enjoy the game, and see you tomorrow.
Damn thing. All this for a few drops of rain. Fuck.